Jane Velez Mitchell with the amazing Simone Reyes, country singer extraordinaire. We are talking about the fabulous brand new vegan cooking show, New Day, New Chef. It is on Amazon Prime now, and the one and only Simone Reyes is one of the stars of the show. Simone, before I get to you, I want to show a little clip of New Day, New Chef. Hi, I'm Jane Velez Mitchell. Check out New Day, New Chef. This is a cooking show unlike any you have ever seen before. Fabulous, fun recipes. That are super healthy, too. See you there. Wow, Simone, tell us what it was like to be on the show.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, it was a bit of a challenge because the food was so good. Everybody was just like in between takes, like, can we taste it yet? No, you have to wait. There's taste testers to do that. And what's so great is that, I love to follow recipes along online. And these are like so easy that people can literally do them in like 10 minutes. Most of them, they're so easy to do. And for a lot of people, they don't have the time. I mean, during quarantine, I guess we all have a little bit more time, but usually you don't have enough time to do that. And so it's a gift to society.
Yeah. And it's so fun. I mean, we had a blast. We did the blender dance. We had an incredible time. Before COVID-19 broke, before it became the pandemic and the isolation, we did have a cast party. Remember, this was before, so it was safe cast party. There is the cast party. That's the incredible cast. So many fabulous people. We've got Babette Davis, and we had Lori Allen, and we had Carissa Kranz, and we had Katie Clary, just an incredible team. And what you brought to the table was your talents as a country music star. So they played some of the music videos that you've recorded. Yeah. Now, you also did a great song for Jane Unchained. And I want to take this moment to play that song because people watching, and please share this out, nothing could be more appropriate today at a time when, not to be a downer, but coronavirus is shutting down meatpacking plants across the country, where people are starting to realize that, the meat industry is really just, there's something deeply wrong. Let's just put it that way. There's something deeply wrong. And now Mother Nature is basically saying, hey, our cruel treatment of animals is going to come back and bite us. So there is another way. And we've used every possible mechanism and vehicle to get the message out. One way we did it was by creating an anthem. So this woman, this country star, Simone Reyes, recorded it. Let's watch it now, and then we'll talk on the other side.
I didn't kill today. I found a better way. Nobody had to die. They didn't even cry. The revolution has begun. You should join us, it's gonna be fun. Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
The revolution has begun. You should join us, it's gonna be fun. Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
I didn't grill that flesh. There was no smell of death. Transform my cooking and threw out all of my pills. The revolution starts on your plate. You should join us, don't wanna be late. Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, no, no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, hell
No
no.
meat, no dairy, hell no.
The revolution is underway. You can join us, go vegan today. Go, just go, go vegan.
Wow. And
What about you, Jane?
no, well, I mean, I wrote the lyrics. You performed it in an extraordinary fashion. But as I look at what has happened, wow,
Wow.
the revolution is underway. Talk to us about that a little bit.
The revolution is underway, and we've heard from a lot of experts, even in our own, industry, but beyond our own community, that a vegan world is coming. And of course, do we want it at the cost of, a pandemic? Of course not. But we knew that it was moving in this direction. We told people for how long? Years. Something is going to happen that is not going to be easily, that we can't come back from easily. And here we are. We know that these viruses, from SARS to Ebola to all of them start with animals, in wet markets particularly, but certainly in animals, all of them, even HIV. So now we have a situation that is out of control, innocent people losing their lives. And why? Because of our abuse of animals. Even the Pope said that he believed that it is possible that this is Mother Nature's revenge, though he didn't want to use the word revenge. Because I think when you sort of step away from the day-to-day panic of what's going on and the horror of it, and you look at what's happened to the earth while humans have stepped away, where your pollution is being cleared up and animals are retaking their birthright areas of the country and of the world, you really have to say, wow, humans really messed it up. The animals are able to handle the situation, and look what we've done to them by enslaving them and killing them and slaughtering them. We've hurt ourselves, not just them.
Yes, and here's an opinion piece in the New York Times. Our cruel treatment of animals led to the coronavirus. There is now some discussion of it. We've been trying to desperately get the word out for 20, 30 years. But you know what? When it happens, it happens. I'm 25 years sober, and I understand what it's like to be in willful blindness until you hit bottom. Okay. And until I hit bottom on alcohol, you could have talked to me till you were blue in the face. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to be around you if you didn't drink, if we couldn't drink together. And, so I would look askance at people who didn't drink, right? What's wrong with you? And it's a very apt metaphor or analogy for what's happening with meat. What they say in 12 steps, first it's fun, then it's fun with problems, then it's just problems. This is what's happening with animal agriculture, okay? Now it's just problems, to the point where the biggest meat companies have started to figure out, we want to start producing our own plant-based meats because we realize this is unsustainable. We're 7.8 billion humans. We
Can't see them, join them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people, this whole idea now, they're trying to correlate the shutting down of the slaughterhouses with we're running out of food. It's the exact opposite. It takes 8 to 25 pounds of grain to make 1 pound of steak. Animals eat more than 40 times what they produce as food. It's the most inefficient food source. We could live in a world where everybody has enough food if we just eliminated the most inefficient, the most barbaric, the most backward food system ever invented. Okay? We all know from looking at our own animals that if you were, maybe I have to get one of my animals, and you know what? Sorry, I'm really sorry, Tiny.
Hi.
I just rescued her. She's my latest rescue from the shelters because they're overrun. And Rico's going to get mad, but I'll pick him up in a second. But, obviously, and I'm sorry to use you as an example, but if you were to take this little dog and cut her up and debone her and take out her snout and her tail and her eyeballs and her teeth, and then slice up the remainder into patties, obviously she would have eaten more than she produced as food. People can make that connection with a pet, but they can't make that connection with other animals. No. So it's an inefficient food source. The vast majority of crops grown are fed to farm animals. More than 70% of all soy is fed to farm animals. If we redirected that soy to starving children, we could feed the planet easily. Most of the usable land in this country and in the world is being used up either for cattle ranching or to grow crops to feed farm animals. The amount of land that actually cities and buildings use and all that is minuscule by comparison. There are charts I could show you. We could reforest all that cattle grazing land and all that farm land that you see when you fly over. We could, by reforesting, sequester more carbon because trees absorb carbon, they sequester carbon. We could then begin to reverse climate change. You're seeing it just during this COVID-19 crisis, how the water's clearing up and the sky is clearing up and the animals are coming out. Mother Nature has said, time out, you've been horrible, you're going to your room. Think about it. The question is, are we going to come out of this with the same old habits, or are we going to come out of it transformed? I myself, I have a horribly addictive personality. As I said, I'm not coming from up here. I'm a recovering drunk, now 25 years sober. I was a blackout drinker. So there's no judgment here. It's simply an intervention.
That's right.
It's an intervention for our planet saying, whoa, you've gotten out of control. You think because you can get away with this, that there's nothing morally wrong with it. You're wrong. You think because this is legal, that there's nothing wrong with it. You're morally wrong.
And yet people can't watch it though. It's very interesting because, I have friends who say, I unfollowed you on Instagram because you occasionally put up things that I can't unsee. And these don't come from vegans. These come from people who are part of the problem and believe that they love animals. And then they say, I cannot look at that. Well, you know what? If you can't look at it, then you shouldn't be participating in it.
Absolutely. And, one of the things we tried to do with New Day, New Chef is offer an alternative. Let me get back to the alcoholism parallel. I had made a fool of myself at parties before, okay? And I had experienced incomprehensible demoralization waking up the next day with a hangover before. But for the first time, one of my best friends had gotten sober and he told me he wanted to help me. So after one really, boy, did I do it this time night, I had a number to call. I had an action point. This is why we've created New Day, New Chef, because we want to give people an action point. You want to get off the meat and the dairy, which is killing us. We know now that people who are unhealthy have a greater chance of dying from this disease. And let me get to the right, here it is. Obesity, for example, is linked to severe coronavirus disease, especially in younger patients. These are poor kids who are suffering from a fast food diet, essentially. That's okay, right. Meat, dairy, sugar, salt, fat, meat, dairy, eggs. And so what we're trying to tell people is, heart disease kills 1 out of every 4 Americans. Now the coronavirus has surpassed heart disease. Yeah. Heart disease comes from also from eating animals. It comes from cholesterol in the form of plaque that clogs your arteries. There's no cholesterol in any vegan products. Don't take my word for it. go online and look up any vegan product that has zero cholesterol, because only animals produce cholesterol. Plants do not produce cholesterol. So coronavirus, heart disease, cancer, processed meat, which is what bacon is officially cancer causing. Officially, from the World Health Organization, it's like smoking cigarettes. So, there's now some headlines that talk about this. I'm just grabbing headlines off the internet, how our obsession with meat is killing us and what we can do about it. It's pretty simple. What we can do about it is switch to a plant-based diet. And there's so many wonderful, wonderful, wonderful dishes now that we can offer people. I just interviewed the maker of this vegan pastrami. Okay. She was on Shark Tank, and Mark Cuban, who has now gone vegetarian, invested $250,000 in this. And as soon as I'm off, I'm going to go to unrealdeli.com and order some of my vegan pastrami. I've got the sauerkraut. I'm jonesing for a pastrami sandwich.
Nice.
We're telling you have to sacrifice anything. So getting back to the show, one thing that was, really important for us to do on New Day New Chef, which is streaming now on Amazon Prime Video, free if you're a Prime member, 99 cents for everyone else. So what I wanted to show you is that we've got some great stars. Katie Sarife. She is a movie star. She is one of the leads in Annabelle Comes Home. We have the incredible Katie Clary, who was on New Day New Chef. And she is a model, an actress, a producer, a documentarian, just an incredibly talented person. We have Otep Shamaya. Otep is a punk rock star. She was on with you. It's really, really fun. And there is, once again, the cast from the cast party on the right with the dog is Lori Allen. Take
John Sally, Christine Elise. And let me tell you something, there are a lot, I'm included, 90210, like hardcore fans. And that's Emily Valentine. That's a really big deal that she was on. So, and to see so many successful and beautiful and, incredibly inspiring people who happen to be vegan is so exciting. And so it's so fun to actually have people on Amazon, which is a platform that right now during a pandemic, that's where we're getting our entertainment from. It's an incredible time for activists because all eyes are on social media right now. All eyes are on Amazon and Netflix and all of the other ones, all the other streaming platforms. And let's face it, even as restrictions begin to loosen up, whenever that will be, we have a new normal coming, and going and congregating in large venues is not going to be safe for who knows how long. So again, you get all of your information from your online platforms, and that's why it's for activists, because we can share these incredible recipes and these incredible television shows with them, because it is literally the way that we're going to be taking in information for who knows how long.
Yes, and one of the things is that you want to keep yourself healthy during this entire time. And anyway, just because you want to keep yourself healthy. And the way to do that is by eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains. That will lower your cholesterol level, will make you heart healthy, reduce your chance of obesity, diabetes, all the very things that are killing people who get COVID-19. And this is not us talking. This is the experts. So this is the time. And you know what? We're not litmus testers. I wasn't born vegan. I gave up. Well, I was born into what pretty much was a pescatarian household, but I ate fish, I ate eggs, I ate dairy. Then as I got older and I started seeing what they do to the dairy calves, and we've got some pictures here. Yeah, they throw them on dead piles. They don't need the boys. They either shoot them, throw them on dead piles, or put them in veal crates. I mean, that's the truth. And so I ultimately gave up dairy about 23 years ago, thanks to a fourth generation cattle rancher named Howard Lyman, who went vegan after he got sick. And he, going into surgery, he made a pact with God. And he said, God, if you get me out of the surgery alive, I will reveal the secret horrors of my industry. He got out. He went on Oprah. This is more than 2 decades ago, famous case where he revealed the horrors, and then she famously said, "That stopped me cold from eating another burger." And then the cattleman sued her. She had to move her show to Texas for a while. She ultimately won. He was famous for, 15 minutes. Howard Lyman, great guy, still alive, and an incredible activist today. And I was a local news anchor working on the Paramount Studios lot here in Los Angeles, and I did an interview with him. And afterwards, he and his publicist walked up to me and they said, "We hear you're a vegetarian." And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Do you eat dairy?" And I kind of hung my head because he had just revealed all the terrible things that they do to these animals, treating them like live inventory, ripping the babies from the mothers. And I said, "Yeah." And they looked at me and they pointed right at my finger, right at my nose, "Liquid meat." And that's when I went vegan. I was confronted into going vegan 23 years ago. You know what? Aside from getting sober, right up there, it was the best decision I ever made in my life. 30 days later, I was having a salad and somebody accidentally put Parmesan cheese. I tasted it. I spit it out because my taste buds had reverted to their natural state. The reason why rehab takes 28 days at least is that it takes a month to adjust to anything, at least a month. But I would give it this time in quarantine to try to make the transition to plant-based. And again, the food is extraordinary. If you want vegan keto, you got vegan keto. You want whatever you want. I'm just popping up some of the people we've interviewed. Look at these. You got smoothies, you got cupcakes, they even do, lox and bagels using carrots as lox. So there are so many alternatives. This is the time, Simone.
This is absolutely the time. I mean, your body is going to start to change the second that you go vegan, but why not use quarantine time to do a reboot? Not just a reboot on your body, because that's the number one place that you're going to see it. You're going to feel better. You're going to probably lose a couple pounds. You're going to have more energy, all of that stuff. But wouldn't it be an incredible time, as we're all sort of faced with our own mortality right now, and the mortality of the people that we love, and the mortality of the earth itself. But wouldn't this be a great time to sort of stop living unconsciously and live consciously, and realize that our decisions, what we put into our mouths, what we go to the grocery store to purchase, is actually part of the entire wheel that got us here, the entire machine that put us to a place of a global pandemic. We are responsible and we can change it. So wouldn't it be great to use this couple of weeks to do a reboot on our consciousness and on what we put into our bodies, and what ultimately we do to the earth and all of its inhabitants?
Absolutely. And I want to say one thing. Look at this. I've always struggled with cravings. Okay. Now, when I drank, I didn't care a whit for food. Everything was drink, drink, drink. Then when I got sober, sugar, which is very common. Alcoholics jump to sugar. December 28th, I gave up sugar one day at a time. Knock on wood. Where's the wood? And again, I had direction from a friend, Donnie Moss, our dear friend in New York, came, and he's another vegan activist, amazing guy, documentarian, and he looked incredible, ripped. And I said, what happened? He said, I gave up sugar, already plant-based. And he said, you should try it. And the way he said it, I didn't feel judged. I just thought, you know what? I can do that. Again, it's like, I want what you have. That is the key to getting sober from whatever your substance is, whether it's meat, dairy, alcohol, drugs. You see somebody who used to have it, doesn't have anymore, and they look better, and there's something about them that's better. You go, I want what you have. So I've given up processed sugar. I can still use dates, and stevia, which is a natural sweetener. So now I'm trying to eat healthy. Look, I'm having overnight oats. This is a breakfast / lunch that I created, and it's absolutely delicious.
Right.
You take the Quaker oats, you take some frozen berries, you take some chia seeds, some hemp seeds. You can put a little turmeric in there. You can put a little of the dates. And then I could take this out and put some bananas on. It's absolutely delicious. There's no sacrifice. Oh, and then I have the macadamia nut milk and some soy milk mixed in. It's slow moving. There's a sweetness to it because I do like sweet. It doesn't mean you can never have anything sweet again. It's just not that. Now, when I accidentally, and a couple of times since December 28th, I've accidentally tasted like processed sugar, and it's the same experience I had with the Parmesan cheese after a month. It's like, wow, that's strong. Whoa, that's sweet. But I had gotten accustomed to extreme sweet, so it couldn't register before. So once you get to that point, so I guess what we're saying is this is a great opportunity to transition, right?
The best. It's the best time ever. We have the time to do it. We have the resources. We have New Day, New Chef right on Amazon. We have Jane Unchained. We have World Animal News. We have all of these incredible outlets. And listen, if you're starting, fresh, start with PETA, start with Mercy for Animals, start with Farm Sanctuary, start with all of these, animal equality that will give you the basic information that you need about, the what, where, why, how, and then go on and, make some incredible recipes at home. It'll be so much fun.
Beyond Meat stock is skyrocketing again. It was the successful initial public offering since 2008, and it shot up, and then it came down to earth. That happens sometimes, but now it's going back up again because of these headlines. Right. These headlines are basically empty shells, but you can get Beyond Meat where you used to get the dead animals. And while you talk, I'm going to grab a case of Beyond Meat and bring it out here. Go ahead.
Okay, well, that's great. Yes, Beyond Meat, Impossible Foods. I mean, it's the amount of vegan, options and meat alternatives are literally taking over the world. And how do you know that? Well, when KFC is like, oh, we're trialing some new vegan chicken, or when you hear that McDonald's and Burger King and all of these places are suddenly coming in and say, well, let's see how our people like it, and their people love it, because not only is it healthy, but they're making it affordable in a way. I'm not a big fast food person, but sometimes you're on a road trip and beggars can't be choosers, right? So there it is, Beyond Beef, which you can usually find in the meat department of your supermarkets, and
you can order it. I ordered this from Sprouts on Instacart.
Great, which is exactly what a lot of people are doing right now during this pandemic, because you have to be careful going out. You have to sort of put
look, and then you can have it in crumbles. You can have it with your pasta in crumbles. And then there's Gardein. I mean, there's a lot of different products. You have to find the one you like.
Right.
So, I tried this and I'm like, well, you know what? Do you like every single piece? Do you like liverwurst? Maybe you don't. You had certain preferences when you were eating animals. You're going to have certain preferences. Wait, it's the same thing as anything. If some drinks you like, some drinks you don't like. Like these Gardein vegan meatballs, I love them. And what I'll do is I'll take them out, I'll pop them for 30 seconds in the micro, and then I'll spray a little Pam on it and just heat them up. They're delicious.
Yeah, the best thing to do is when you're having a dinner party, again, not sure when that's going to be because of the pandemic, but is to just say to your non-vegan guests, hey, what's your favorite meal? And they're going to say whatever it is, right? Oh, spaghetti and meatballs, or, steak, or whatever it is. And you're going to be like, okay, great, just good to know. And then you just veganize it. And they come and they love it and they feel better after they've eaten it. And then you're just like, yeah, that was all vegan. Most people don't even know.
Yeah, and we are talking with Simone Reyes, country music star, one of the stars of the new vegan cooking show, New Day, New Chef, which is streaming now on Amazon Prime Video. It is a barrel of fun. This is the cast. We had incredible chefs. We had everything from bodybuilders, stunt women. Oh my gosh, Katie Sarife, who is the star of Annabelle Comes Home. OTEP, punk rocker, Katie Clary, model, producer, documentarian. And tell us about the blender dance, because one of the things is, it's true with vegan cooking, you use a blender a lot. And
Yes.
so we were having this meeting like, well, what do we do when the blender goes on? And then we were like, should we get a silent blender? But they're not really silent. And we said, you know what? We do a daily vegan cooking show on Facebook, Jane Unchained News Facebook, called New Day Lunch Break Live, and we always dance when the blender's on.
Yes.
Why don't we just do a blender dance? Tell us about that, Simone.
Well, first of all, it's so funny because everybody's reaction is different. Some people are like, a blender dance, what's that? Oh, yay, we get to dance for a couple seconds. That's so fun. And other people are like, oh no, I'm gonna look so silly. But everybody did it and everybody had fun. And the fact is that, let's face it, what's not to dance and celebrate when you've got vegan food that is saving lives, saving animals' lives, and healing the planet. Like, we're very joyful, us vegans, because let's look at what we're doing, right? We're making a meal and we're helping save the planet. I mean, who else can say that? Nobody, just vegans.
Yeah, and I was just getting my other dog. So
I wish my cat would make an appearance, but she's very busy watching the squirrels right now.
yeah, and I'm sorry. I just went. Honestly, I went to put the Beyond Meat back in the freezer because I didn't want it to get. You know how you can't if you unfreeze and then you freeze again. It'll be fine because it survives. Look at that! That is so fun. This is my little Rico, and I didn't want him to get jealous because he does get jealous if I don't use him as my co-host.
Was there first.
Yeah. So listen, again, we really hope you check out New Day, New Chef on Amazon Prime. We're going to play it one more time for those who are just joining us because a lot of people join in progress. Check out the show. If you're an Amazon Prime member, and there are 30 million of them, it's free. You just literally put in New Day, New Chef, and long before you get to the end, it'll pop up. And by the way, if you like it, please write a review. That would be super helpful. You do have to watch. There's 7 episodes up. The 8th one is coming up any day now, and you just have to watch at least one episode. People are binge watching it though.
Yeah.
It's being watched a lot, and it's also going to go on public television stations around the country this spring. So anyway, check it out. Hi, I'm Jane Velez Mitchell. Check out New Day, New Chef. This is a cooking show unlike any you have ever seen before. Fabulous, fun recipes. That are super healthy too. See you there. All right, so you see it. It's streaming on Amazon Prime. Before we go, there's been a lot of comments here. How do I audition for this show? I have a lot to share and have turned so many vegans simply with delicious food. Valo. What you can do is we have a New Day, New Chef Instagram page. We have a contest. It's not really a win or lose contest. It's like just tag New Day, New Chef and go on New Day, New Chef and say you want to be on, and it could happen. We would like to keep doing it over and over again. We were about to tape season 2. When this pandemic hit and everything closed down. And the second we can, using, of course, social distancing and making sure everybody is 100% safe, we will shoot season 2. And I'd like to have a season 3. Let's keep doing this because it's what the world needs. What the world needs now is vegan food. It's true.
Right.
It's absolutely true. So, the blender dance, Paige says, is so fun. It really is. And Laura Russell says, got to do something when the blender's on and loud. Step away and dance. Exactly. And I think it's, a metaphor for how joyful we are. We are not an unhappy, depressed lot. We do everything we can every day to save animals who are just like our dogs and cats, little guys. These animals, and I'll just show you some of the activists. This is Cheyenne Danner. She works to get this is a pig gestation crate, people, just so you know. They keep pigs in crates the size of their bodies. They are never able to turn around, and the animals become psychotic. It is torture. What we are doing to animals, industrialized animal agriculture, is torture. And even though society says you can be a good person, that suffering doesn't count. Mother Nature is now saying, oh no, that suffering counts. You know, there's many parallels in human history where nice people went along with morally reprehensible behavior. Slavery, you know, obviously, you know, hideous things that happened during World War II by the Nazis.
Oh, gosh.
What? Yeah, exactly. And people, the essential problem with life and all suffering is the belief that some suffering doesn't count.
Right.
That is the commonality of all oppression. And that's what we've been operating under with our industrialized animal torture system. And it is a system of industrialized torture. I'll have to take down this banner to show you. They are pulling that poor pig. Pigs have the intelligence of a toddler human child, pulling that pig to his or her death, okay, using some kind of rope. This is not, there's nothing good, kind, or humane about any of this. It just doesn't, there's no nice way to kill a single animal who doesn't want to die, much less 70 to 90 billion animals who do not want to die. Our industrialized food system is the heart of the problem. There are more and more articles now being written about this. There's also more articles about how there's other pandemics that are going to come down the pike, Simone, if we don't hit bottom. And getting back to the alcohol metaphor, every bottom has a trap door. In other words, we could think we're hitting bottom now, but if we don't learn, if we don't adjust, if our system doesn't change to a plant-based food agriculture system, the next pandemic is going to be worse. Now, I read an article that really analyzed this very well, and it said that we have bred these factory farm animals to be almost identical. In other words, genetically almost identical. And that allows a virus, a bacteria or a virus to spread rapidly. Also, we keep them confined in very, very tight quarters, which again allows a virus or a bacteria to spread rapidly.
And so unsanitary.
I mean, the idea of Consumer Reports did a study back in 2015 where they looked at hundreds of packages of ground beef, and they found fecal matter in every single one of them. This is why we say switch to Beyond Meat.
Exactly.
It looks like a package of beef, but it's clean. It's an absolutely clean process, especially now where you're starting to see that these workers have tested positive for coronavirus.
They have.
What on earth would you want to be touching? I mean, okay. Rachel Maddow last night said the 3 hotbeds, nursing homes, slaughterhouses, prisons.
Right. Of course.
Yeah. That's where the highest incidence of coronavirus is occurring. So why on earth would you want to eat that product?
It's insanity.
We're going out of our way to sanitize our houses.
Yeah. All the Clorox in the world isn't going to save you from that. So forget it.
Well, I just want to say you are fabulous. Should we watch a couple of seconds of her video one more time? Where can they see your music?
SimoneReyes.com.
Okay. Incredible country music videos. This woman is a real talent. And we played it once, but I think, what the heck? We're in isolation. Let's play it again.
Come along.
Okay, I wrote the song. Simone Reyes recorded it. And it's an anthem that applies particularly to today.
didn't kill today. I found a better way. Nobody had to die. They didn't even cry. The revolution has begun. You should join us, it's gonna be fun. Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, no, no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
The revolution has begun. You should join us, it's gonna be fun. Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
I didn't grill that flesh. There was no smell of death. Transform my cooking skills and threw out all of my pills. The revolution starts on your plate. You should join us, don't wanna be late. Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, no, no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
Go vegan, go vegan, go.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
No meat, no dairy, hell no.
The revolution is underway. You can join us, go vegan today. Go, just go. Go vegan.
What a great performance. Simone Reyes, we love you. Check out New Day, New Chef on Amazon Prime. Do a blender dance. Go plant-based. Go vegan. Be part of the revolution. It's underway. Woohoo!